Hi everybody, welcome back. If you don't know, my name is Cooper, and today we're going to be talking about items that I would buy from IKEA as a designer. So we all know IKEA, they have so much furniture, a lot of it goes viral, it's pretty affordable for the most part, and they do really have a lot of pieces that are honestly pretty good. They aren't exactly made to last a super long time, but they do have a couple pieces that are thrown in there that can really look nice in your home. So just to give you guys the memo, I'm going to go through every furniture category and try and find something to the best of my ability to recommend to you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are moving into new places or are looking for new pieces for your own homes. On that note, let's get started. So to start us off, we have the Homerude side table in dark brown. Honestly, if you look at the side table, it looks kind of ugly at first glance, right? It's not exactly anything special. It's just a plain wooden side table that looks a little bit weird. But the reason why I love this side table is because of its organizational variability. There's so many different ways that you can put it. You can buy two of them and then push them together on the back or the front. I don't know, these just always look amazing to stack either magazines or books, or you can just really fill them up and they will still look nice and kind of add a grounding element to your home. I think that these could be really great in a living room for behind a couch or in an entryway, and I think it's just a pretty versatile piece. So that is the reasoning for why I like it. So this next one is from the new Stockholm collection. If you follow me on Instagram at Cooper Osinski Interiors, a little plug for you guys. I did a video pretty recently reviewing the Stockholm 2025 collection from IKEA, and I didn't mention this one because I honestly didn't see it when I was looking through the collection, so maybe they just added it or something like that. But this is the Stockholm 2025 coffee table. Honestly, I feel like this is probably the best coffee table that IKEA has design-wise, or at least I've seen. This coffee table is like fine, I guess. It's not anything super special, but it would definitely work in a lot of spaces, and I think the simplicity of it is really nice and would look pretty elevated in a living room. The thing about this and a lot of these items is this is $200. That's a lot of money. $200 for this coffee table. Personally, I don't think I would buy it, or I would go and look around at secondhand stores or vintage stores or Facebook Marketplace and try and find something that is either in this price range or cheaper that is much prettier. I think that it is pretty easy to find something that you'll like a little bit more than this for a lower price, but because I have to, this is the one coffee table that I would pick from IKEA. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is something that I actually have discussed before in my last IKEA video, I believe it was, but I think it's worth saying again because honestly, I feel like this might be one of the most timeless items that IKEA does have, and that's going to be the Kiri Stool. These are super beautiful. Honestly, I love them. I think these work amazing as, a plant stand or just to keep in your garage to take out when you have extra guests over. They're really simple in design, and they have it in a birch color and an electric blue color. And honestly, I just think they're a really great mixing piece, especially if you have a more traditional space and you're trying to add some modern elements. I think adding a Kiri stool is a great way to do that without spending a ton of money, because this is $15.99. That's not too crazy. And if you end up not liking it, it's $15. It's not the end of the world. And I also really do love the electric blue color. I think it is really great. I've said this before, but I think getting the electric blue color is a really great way to refresh your home or try out a pop of color in your space for not a high price. So since it is springtime and we're all doing spring cleaning, this might be a good option for you if you're looking to add in some color. So the next thing that I had to choose was a dining table. And this was particularly difficult for me. I really couldn't find one that I loved. And then I came across this one. It's the Torsby dining table in chrome and black marble. Honestly, it's like fine. It's fine. This is really simple. It's not really anything too crazy or too interesting, but I definitely think that it can be worked into a design that'll look really pretty. I would definitely say if you're going to go for this table, again, it is $450. That is a lot of money. Look around for it on Facebook Marketplace. There's always a ton of IKEA items being resold on there, so you could probably find this for a bit cheaper, but honestly, it's not bad. I think this would be really cute with some wooden chairs. That's probably the route I would go because anything else might look a little bit to cool tone because you do have that chrome and that black. So if you have a more masculine or dark and moody space, this might be a pretty good option for you, honestly. I'm looking at these pictures and I'm seeing the way that they style them on the IKEA website and stuff like that. And sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to find images of people using these products in their home. And so I feel like I should do a like styling in all IKEA room just for you guys to actually see it laid out in front of you in an application that looks better, because frankly, this is boring. And I think that they're kind of screwing themselves over a little bit on the marketing end, because if they were to style this, a little bit better, a little bit cooler, or make it, dress it up a little bit more, they would probably honestly make a lot more money for the product. So I really don't understand as to why they go so boring on these product photos. It's really insane to me. You definitely don't want to have an all IKEA space. That is not something that I condone or recommend for anybody. So please do not do that. It's totally fine to use IKEA items in your space, but I would highly recommend not having all IKEA furniture. It will literally make your home look like a showroom. And the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is another new item. Again, I haven't seen this one before. I don't know why. Maybe I just haven't been on the IKEA website in a long time. But this is the Lyken Chair. Honestly, I think it's pretty cute. I feel like I could see these being used in a craft room or like a more kitschy style apartment. Yeah, I think they're cute. It's not anything like fantastic or extremely special, but I think if I had to choose chairs from IKEA for a dining table or a desk or something like that, I think I would pick the birch finish of the Lyken Chair. They do have it in a black and yellow finish as well, but the yellow finish, please nobody buy that. That will look like garbage in your space, or at least that's just my opinion. The black one, that's totally fine too, but I would make sure that it's not like too contrasting, because this piece of furniture does have a very like thick and heavy silhouette. So I would say maybe make sure your dining table has a similar thing, or else this might look a little bit unproportional in comparison to the rest of your furniture. Okay, so now we have to pick a sofa. I tried to do my best. I did some digging, and this was the best thing that I could find. This is the Heltarp couch. Again, it's fine. It's not like show-stopping or wowing me in any way. I think the gray-brown finish of it is the nicest and the most workable. This couch is $1,050. That is a lot of money. I don't know if I've talked about this before on my channel, but I have a beautiful mid-century couch in my living room, and I got it on Facebook for about $700 with delivery included. So it doesn't cost thousands and thousands of dollars to find a couch that's nice. Maybe a couple hundred would be best to drop on it, but please nobody go out and buy $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 couches. There are a lot of other options for you. And if you want to do so, I would recommend that you have a very high budget going into that. Back to this couch. It's fine. I think this is workable. This is like doable. I think that if one of my clients had this in their apartment or their home, I would probably say, keep it. We can totally work around that. This is a really simple couch. I definitely think that you could dress it up with some throw pillows. So this is the couch that I would pick. But, do I love it? No, but I definitely think you could make it look designer and kind of dress it up a little bit. That's kind of what all of these items are. They're kind of very basic, but they can definitely be dressed up to create a designer look, and they are the items from IKEA that are the best, in my opinion. So, take with that what you will. We have another new item for you guys. I have not seen this one before, so I was actually pleasantly surprised when I ran into this, and that is the Mofala chair. This is a little accent chair situation, I believe. I think it's super cute, and it's foldable. The one downside to it is $100, which is a lot of money for a foldable chair, at least in my personal opinion. Though I definitely think this is super timeless, and what I would honestly do with these chairs is I would, probably buy like 2 or 3 of them, and then when I have guests over or I just want to sit outside, I would pull these out of the garage or pull these out of the closet and put them outside. I think this would be super cute if you're having a little outdoor gathering on your patio or whatever. Do I like the use of these in like a living room? No. I think that doing foldable furniture in those spaces, it usually tends to look a little bit too like portable and not like stationary or grounded. It can kind of feel just a little bit flimsy. I definitely think these are a great option if you have guests over a lot, or you just want a simple like outdoor kind of chair. I'm not exactly sure whether or not they can be used outdoors, but they're foldable, so you can always bring them inside and fold them up pretty easily. So now we're looking at lighting, and the first thing that I wanted to mention is something, again, that I haven't seen before, not shocking, and that is the Svartnora pendant. This is honestly pretty cute. I think this is a really timeless piece. It kind of gives more industrial factory energy to me, but I feel like this could be used in a really unique placement. I would say definitely if you have more industrial architecture, I would go for this. I wouldn't necessarily say put it in a kitchen, but I think it could definitely work as a singular pendant in a dining room or dual pendant lights in a dining area. But overall, I feel like this is a pretty good, recreation of those older factory lights that you see in a lot of loft spaces. You guys, you can't even get me started on this lamp because I will never stop talking about it. This is the Tokubo lamp, and I just love this lamp. You guys, I think everybody should have this lamp in their collection. I think it's so cute. It's so timeless. It goes with every space, and it's just so simple. And you turn it on, and it has the most amazing warm glow. This was one of the first things I bought when I moved into my apartment, and it was really great. It really helped cozy up the space when it was really sterile with no furniture. And the frosted glass is just really, really beautiful, and I love it. Also, it is only $17.99. Not too crazy, right? It's not $1,000, so we're in the clear in that department, and it's cute. So, I would consider it if you just moved in somewhere new or just looking for a cute little lamp for your space. Now we are going to be talking about the last item, and that's going to be a rug. IKEA just released a ton of new rugs with their Stockholm 2025 collection, and just additionally to that, because it is spring, and spring is when companies like to launch things. So this is the rug that I found. It's the only one that I like, and that is the Ridstig rug. It's cute. It has this like cream base with a green grid on it. I would say this would be really, really wonderful in a kid's room, or you could kind of style it in a more elevated manner. I would say that this would be great for a dining room because it does have a little bit of a thicker fabric. I think this is really cute and really versatile, and I think it's great if you want to incorporate a little bit of a pop of color while still having something that is more durable. So something else that I just wanted to throw in at the end, because this is something that IKEA probably does the best on a budget, and that is going to be their curtains. I would highly recommend you check out the IKEA track system and their track curtain options. They have a ton of options, and honestly, I feel like it's a really great way to go. It's not too expensive, and it's a really wonderful way to elevate your home. If you want to see the curtains that I have in my personal living room, they'll be linked in the description. If you guys don't know, I link pretty much all of the items that I have that are shoppable online in my space in the description. So if you see something in the little like montage in the beginning of the video and you're like, ooh, check out the description and you can go buy it. Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday or whatever day you're watching this. As always, you can find me on Instagram at Cooper Osinski Interiors, and you can visit my website, cooperosinski.com, where you can book a free consultation with me and I can help you with your space. There's a ton of information on my website about everything, so go take a look, because I would absolutely love to sign you as a client. Something else that I wanted to mention once again is that I'm now posting twice a week. I'm posting on Thursdays at 12 p.m. PST and Sundays at 6 a.m. PST. So, keep that in mind. I'm giving you guys 2 videos a week. So, yeah, check them out, and just wanted to give that little reminder. Bye!